He's the man who makes the world sing. After nearly 25 years, Barry Manilow is headed back to Broadway for a limited concert engagement. We're here at the St. James Theater to talk to the music legend about his upcoming show.
What does Broadway mean to you specifically? What place does it hold in your heart?
Well, when I grew up, I grew up with my grandparents and my mother, and they knew I was musical, but they really didn't know what to do with me. So they rented an accordion, and I played Hava Nagila and these Jewish folk songs, and that was what I knew until Willie Murphy, my stepfather, came into the picture, and he brought with him a stack of records that may as well have been a stack of gold. They totally changed my life because they were filled with classical music, they were filled with jazz and big band and some of the great pop singers like Sinatra and Judy. And then there was the Broadway scores. And I memorized every album down to the violin line of The Most Happy Fella and The King and I and Gypsy, and the list went on because he had all of them. And it was a major epiphany for me as a young man to learn about Broadway style of writing. And that's what I wanted to do with my life when I started off.
You've been critical in the past of current pop music, but you're such a prolific songwriter and you've written for yourself and others. What inspiration do you continue to draw from, and how do you stay relevant in the sort of ever-changing pop music?
Oh, it changes all the time. It all depends on what I'm into. Some years I'm into electronica, believe it or not, and I do love Basement Jackson and all of them, Underworld, and they kind of inspire me. I do like playing around with my computer and the drum loops and stuff like that. And then another year it'll be because I re-listened to Candide. And suddenly I want to be Leonard Bernstein again, and so I study what he did, and then the next couple of songs I write will have that feeling to it. It all depends on what I've listened to.
It's been nearly 25 years since you've been here on Broadway,
yeah.
And so when you look out on the St. James Theater and you perform for all of those Fanilows, what goes through your mind? How does that feel for you?
Well, it's like family at this point. New Yorkers are like family to me. New Yorkers don't like bullshit. They can. Me too. I can spot bullshit coming down the street, and they can spot it from me. So I've got to be really honest and really straight with them. I can't tell jokes, and I can't do phony introductions. New Yorkers won't, they'll, like my grandmother, they'll go, what are you doing? Right? That's the New Yorker.
Right.
So, so that's who's out there. And it really keeps me on my toes. I mean, I've got to really be honest and really be truthful. And it's great because that's art. That's when you know you're doing the right thing.